everybody, welcome to another War and Pieces. Now today we are going to be talking about when I go to a little convention here in Orlando, Florida. One of the great legends is always there because he lives in the same area as I do, and that's Richard Borg. Richard Borg has to be considered a legend as well as a genius, and his Command and Colors Tricorne has been absolutely glorious. The American Revolution one is just fantastic, and I had the pleasure of playing that with Mr. Borg, and they actually, what they did is they had the whole table where you did it with miniatures, and it was just phenomenal. And that's one of the great things that you can do, just do so many things with it. One year we got to play Memoir 44 with it. But just recently in the mail came his latest offering, and that is Jacobite Rising. Whew. Done by the great Compass Games. Okay, listen, these guys can't do anything wrong lately. The games they are putting out is just ridiculous, but we'll talk more about that later. Let's go down to the table. I just want to show you some of the components. Listen, if you played Memoir 44, American Revolution, Command and Colors, Napoleonics, Command and Color Ancients, the system's basically the same. There's a few tweaks here or there. I'm not going to go into that. I just want to show you what a beautiful job Compass has done, and then we're going to come back and talk about how glorious this is. All right? Let's go down to the... Now, if you played any of Richard Borg's phenomenal games, it's amazing just no matter what he does and what time period he changes it to, you always want to play the game because it's strategic, simple, and yet has this elegance and beauty about it, and is always very thematic and well thought out, even though it's basically the same system. In a nutshell, the system is as anything else, and I'm not going to explain everything, but you're going to have three different sections of the battle board, which, if you look at these components, they're absolutely beautiful. Another phenomenal job by Compass, as always. This board is going to be divided with lines here, and like I said, there's three different sections. Depending on the scenario, you're going to be dealt a certain number of command cards. These are going to help you move. For instance, as you can see, it's going to tell you what sections that you can move, what amount of units. You may get a card that says to the right here that you can move 2 units or 3 units, and that's going to change how you think a lot of ways. Also, you're going to be getting, for the Jacobites and of course the government, you're going to get a number, depending on the scenario, of combat cards. These are going to change certain things. So you're not going to show them to your opponent, or any of the cards to your opponent, because they don't know where you're coming from. And as you use your command cards and allocate certain moves and ability to fire, you're going to get into certain ranges, such as, and you're going to roll a certain number of dice, which are illustrated perfectly, once again, Compass killing it as always, on these unit reference cards, which are going to tell you how many hexes that you can move depending on what the units are, what they're going to get for rallying. Do they ignore certain flags? Because there are certain things on these dice that are going to hurt you. If you were fighting infantry, you're going to want to roll the infantry symbol to eliminate infantry. Cavalry, the same, and then of course artillery. Flags would cause a retreat, and then the swords are basically a miss each and every time. Everything is illustrated perfectly on these unit cards, and they give you the how many retreat hexes that you have to do, whether you ignore flags at all, how many dice that you're going to use in melee or range combat. And on the back, of course, like we said, you get this beautiful, beautiful board. I mean, this board is just gorgeous. It's well put together. just solid, and you're going to get a bunch of these different terrain tiles that are going to coincide with the scenarios that you are going to play. Everything just top notch. And listen, you're going to put a lot of stickers on cubes. Okay, there are a lot of cubes and there are a lot of stickers, and it's going to take you some time. Just know that ahead of time. But when you're done, it is worth it, because you get this unbelievable and beautiful experience playing yet another one of these Command and Color Tricornes. I loved the American Revolution, and this one is just as phenomenal, as it does so many things. And it does, the system just works so well with so many different things. Let's go take a look at the rule book. Yet again, another phenomenally done rule book, and everything just illustrated perfectly. Really letting you know what the blocks are, letting you know what everything happens with the dice. There's victory banners that I did not show you, and then of course explaining the map, right flank, left flank, center, okay, and how you start right there. Of course, showing you all the components and the different types of terrain that you're going to get. You're going to get buildings and a million other things. This is probably the most important page of all, because I've actually made mistakes doing this. You get into a rut in your head when you're putting the blocks together. You know, there's 40 blocks and 10 units, okay, and putting the stickers on both sides. Sometimes because like this here, the battle and battle, I actually mixed these up. Just go by this page. When I did that, it really helped me out and got me through it. And not like it's painful or anything like that. You just want to get it done and start playing the game. But make sure you get it done right, so you don't have to peel stickers off the blocks. And the blocks are beautiful. The stickers are tremendous and gorgeous, of course. Everything explained as far as the units that you're going to be using, your game turn phase, how things work. You're going to play a command card. That's where you're going to take a card from your hand, and you are going to dictate what you're going to do, and you're going to play it. You're going to order your units, movement, combat, and end a turn phase. And there's a lot more that goes into it that's explained, but it's done so beautifully in this just tremendous rule book, that everything's explained and you understand it. If you need to look something up, it's so easy to find and really makes things a lot easier. Explains the objective banners, the terrain, how that comes into play, and how it's going to hinder or help you in certain situations. And then we come right to where the meat and the potatoes, which is the rules themselves. The scenarios themselves. This is where you're going to find out how in certain battles, as you can see, you're going to set up using these certain units. But here's where the key part is. If you are the Jacobite army, for this particular one, you're only going to get 5 command cards and 4 combat cards. You're going to get 5 command cards and 4 combat cards. And the government is going to get 5 and 3. So there's going to be different variations due to the historical placement of the battle that you're going to be fighting. For instance, over here, the Jacobites get 4 command cards and 3 combat cards, where the government gets 6 and 5, and they get to move first. Then you're going to have whatever victory banners that you're going to be looking for. You're going to be looking for 5 victory banners to attribute and win that particular scenario. The scenarios are well thought out, just done very, very, very well. And I believe there are actually 14. I got this extra one. They had an extra one in there, and actually there's 15. Excuse me, 15. So you get a nice sheet that will give you extra ones that are not in the book here. So you're gonna have 15 scenarios to play this through, and it just plays glorious. Let's go up top and get my final thoughts on yet another phenomenal Richard Borg game, and of course Compass Games, and that is of course Jacobite Rising. Compass Games. You guys are just, I mean, every month there is something glorious coming to the door, and I'm telling you, it is from Compass Games, and I am just loving what they are doing. They have upped their game, and they have to be considered a main player here. This was done absolutely beautifully. Okay, phenomenal quality components, well done. The little guide there helped me. Like I said, I messed up a few times. You know, I just got into the thing where I'm sticking stickers, but I kept on looking at that little section, and I went, oops, I put one on wrong, and I was able to fix it instead of doing a whole bunch wrong and getting it right. The book is phenomenal. The scenarios are great. I've got to play 3 of them so far, and I am just again, just another phenomenal system. And Richard Borg, what he's been able to do with this system, it's just something you never get tired of, and I don't. And I love everything that he does. And for Compass to put this out, another tremendous game. I really suggest you get this. This is very good. And it is a must-have in your collection. I know it's a must-have in mine, and I'm glad it's here now. So, keep an eye out on, of course, Compass Games. You can get it through them, or you can get it through our good friends at Miniature Market. Now, during the thing, I hope I didn't say Richard Borg once, but if I did, I meant Richard Borg. Okay, so you don't have to put it in the comments. But nevertheless, another phenomenal game. Check it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. This is just such a unique battle that I think you'll really enjoy this. All right, until next time, for War and Peace, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon.